They were the heart of Heartland, Amy Fleming and Ty Borden. For years, they brought love, hope, and healing to millions of fans. And now, something unexpected has happened. After seasons apart, Amber Marshall and Graham Wardle have finally reunited, and it's not just for old times' sake. Season 19 of Heartland has officially begun filming, and fans are losing their minds over what this could mean. Is Ty Borden really coming back, or is there more to this reunion than meets the eye? Heartland isn't just another TV show. For many fans around the world, it feels like family. Based on the book series by Lauren Brooke, Heartland first aired in 2007. Set in the beautiful foothills of Alberta, Canada, the show quickly became a quiet but powerful force in the world of family dramas. What made it so special wasn't just the horses, the breathtaking scenery, or even the stories. It was the characters, and none were more beloved than Amy Fleming and Ty Borden. Amy, played by Amber Marshall, is strong, caring, and deeply connected to animals, especially horses. After the sudden loss of her mother in the first episode, Amy steps up to carry on the family legacy of healing horses using natural horsemanship. Her journey is one of grief, growth, and resilience. Then came Ty Borden, played by Graham Wardle. A troubled teenager with a rough past, Ty arrives at Heartland as part of a probation program. At first, he's guarded and angry, unsure of where he belongs, but over time, something shifts. Ty finds a second chance, not just at Heartland, but in Amy. Their relationship starts as friendship, grows into love, and becomes one of the most iconic love stories in Canadian television history. Together, Amy and Ty faced everything: wild horses, injuries, heartbreak, and triumph. Fans watched them fall in love, get married, and even raise a daughter, Lindy. Their bond was more than just romantic. It was about trust, healing, and building something lasting. For many viewers, watching them was a source of comfort. The chemistry between Amber and Graham wasn't just acting. It felt real. Over the years, Heartland became the longest-running one-hour drama in Canadian television history. It found a global audience through platforms like Netflix and CBC Gem. With each new season, fans tuned in not just for the storylines, but to stay connected with the characters they had grown up with, especially Amy and Ty. That's why things changed so drastically in season 14. Just when it seemed like Amy and Ty had finally found peace, the show delivered one of its most shocking twists. In the very first episode of season 14, Ty suddenly died from complications related to a gunshot wound he sustained in the season 13 finale. It was a heartbreaking moment that left fans in tears and in shock. Many couldn't believe it. Some stopped watching. Others pushed through, hoping to see how Amy would cope without the love of her life. Graham Wardle's decision to leave the show was deeply personal. He had been with Heartland for over a decade and felt it was time to move on to new creative paths. Amber Marshall later shared that she supported his decision, even though it was difficult. In interviews, both actors made it clear that the story had to honor Ty's journey and allow Amy's character to grow in a new direction. Since Ty's death, the show has focused on Amy's life as a single mother, her journey through grief, and her continued dedication to horses. While the series has continued to find success, fans have never stopped talking about Ty. His absence has been deeply felt, and his memory continues to shape the character's stories. Even years later, one question kept coming up. Could Graham ever come back? In a flashback? A dream? Even a cameo? And now, with Amber and Graham spotted together again, as Heartland Season 19 begins filming, that question is back in the spotlight. This reunion isn't just casual, it's creating waves in the fan community, sparking hope, excitement, and even rumors. Could this be the moment fans have been waiting for? Could Ty Borden return, even for just one powerful scene? Before we get to the details of their reunion and what it could mean, let's take a moment to understand why Graham left the show in the first place. and what he's been up to since saying goodbye to Heartland. When Graham Wardle left Heartland, it wasn't just the end of a character, it felt like the end of an era. For over 13 seasons, he had played Ty Borden, a character who transformed from a troubled teen into a beloved husband, father, and vet. His bond with Amy was the heart of the show, and his departure hit fans hard. But why did Graham leave, and what has he been doing since? The truth is, Graham's decision wasn't sudden. In interviews after Ty's final episode aired, Graham opened up about his choice. He explained that he felt called to move in a new direction, one that allowed him to grow personally and creatively. Acting had been a big part of his life, but after so many years in the same role, he wanted to explore other parts of himself. It wasn't about drama behind the scenes or problems with the show. In fact, Graham has always spoken highly of Heartland and his co-stars. He said it was a beautiful chapter in his life, but it was time to turn the page. Fans may not have liked it. Many were heartbroken, but they respected his honesty. And that honesty has shaped everything he's done since. After leaving the show, Graham didn't rush into another acting project. Instead, he took a step back. He focused on reflection, growth, and sharing his journey in a new way. One of the biggest changes? He launched a podcast called Time Has Come. The name alone says a lot. Time Has Come is about deep conversations. It's where Graham talks with people, from artists to spiritual leaders, about change, purpose, and transformation. The tone is calm, thoughtful, and often spiritual. Through the podcast, Graham has shared his own views on personal growth, inner strength, and what it means to listen to your heart. In one episode, he talked about trusting your instincts, even when the choice is hard. That's exactly what he did with Heartland. He knew fans would be upset, he knew it would shake up the show, but he felt strongly that it was time for him to go. He believed that staying just because it was comfortable wouldn't be true to who he was becoming. Fans who followed his podcast found a different side of Graham. Not Ty the cowboy, but Graham the thinker, the creator, the seeker. His words have inspired many people who are also going through changes in their own lives. He's talked about grief, letting go, and the courage it takes to move forward. It's clear that his time on Heartland helped shape that wisdom, and now he's using it in a whole new way. He also spent more time outdoors, traveling, and connecting with nature. If you follow him on social media, you'll notice he often shares peaceful photos, mountains, forests, rivers. There's a sense of calm in his life now, far from the busy pace of TV production. And while he hasn't taken on any major acting roles since Heartland, he hasn't closed the door forever. In fact, that's what makes his recent reunion with Amber Marshall so interesting. For years, fans have hoped for some kind of return, a flashback, a dream, even a simple cameo. But Graham had always kept things open-ended. He never promised he'd return, but he also never said, never. Amber Marshall, for her part, has always supported Graham's choice. In interviews, she said it was hard to film without him, especially in those first days of season 14. She missed the energy he brought to the set, but she also admired his courage to walk away when he felt it was time. They've stayed friends, and their recent reunion proves that their bond hasn't faded. So what does this mean? Why are they back together now? Is it just a visit, a social media moment, or is there something more behind it? Here's what we know so far. As season DI's 19 filming began, a photo surfaced of Amber and Graham together. It wasn't just a casual selfie, it felt intentional, like a message. The two were smiling, standing side by side, and fans instantly began speculating. Was Ty Borden returning, even for a moment? It's important to remember that in television, even when a character is gone, there are always creative ways to bring them back. Flashbacks, dreams, letters, memories. With season 19 underway and Heartland always full of surprises, the door to Ty's presence in some form, may not be fully closed. Graham has always said he values authenticity. He wouldn't return just for a ratings boost or a quick cameo. But if there's a story that makes sense, one that honors Ty's journey and brings emotional depth to Amy's story, then maybe, just maybe, the time has come again. And that's why this reunion means so much to fans. It's not just about nostalgia. It's about possibility, healing, and maybe closure. Up next, we'll break down what we know so far about Season 19, the official announcement, returning cast, and the emotional direction this new chapter could take. After the emotional roller coaster of past seasons, many fans were left wondering, would Heartland continue at all? Could the show carry on without Ty Borden? Could Amy's story still move people the same way it once did? The answer came loud and clear this year when CBC officially announced that Heartland would return for its 19th season, and just like that, the excitement came rushing back. The announcement didn't come with fireworks or dramatic trailers. It was simple but powerful. A confirmation that filming was underway in Alberta and that Heartland's story wasn't over yet. For longtime fans, this meant more than just another season. It meant that the world of Heartland, the ranch, the horses, the family, and the healing, still had more to say. So what do we know about Season 19 so far? First and most importantly, Amber Marshall is back as Amy Fleming. That alone is enough to get fans cheering. Amy has always been the soul of the show. Through all the ups and downs, losing her mom, falling in love with Ty, becoming a mother herself, and learning how to live with grief, she's remained the steady, strong heart of the story. Amber's performance continues to bring authenticity and emotion to every scene, and her return reassures fans that the story is in good hands. Alongside Amber, other core cast members have also been confirmed. Sean Johnston returns as Jack Bartlett, the wise grandfather who's been the family's rock since day one. Michelle Morgan is also back as Lou Fleming, Amy's sister, who continues to balance life as a mom, businesswoman, and sometimes mayor. Chris Potter, who plays their father Tim, is also expected to appear, continuing his sometimes complicated but deeply human role as the girl's dad. Another fan favorite, Jessica Amley, who plays Mallory, and Carrie James, who plays Caleb, are both rumored to have roles this season, though nothing has been officially confirmed. Over the years, the show has developed a huge extended cast of characters who drop in and out depending on the storyline, and Season 19 seems to be embracing that flexible ensemble format once again. As for the storylines, CBC has kept most of the details under wraps. No major spoilers have been shared just yet, but a few hints and behind-the-scenes glimpses have given us something to talk about. First, a new batch of horses has reportedly arrived on set. That usually means fresh training storylines for Amy, possibly a new horse rescue, or a bond that helps her heal in a new way. There's also word that Lindy, Amy, and Ty's daughter will play a bigger role this season. As she grows up, her character could be stepping into the world of horsemanship herself, possibly following in her mother's and father's footsteps. Many fans have expressed interest in seeing Lindy grow into a central character, and Season 19 might be the beginning of that transition. Beyond that, Heartland is expected to continue doing what it does best, telling quiet, meaningful stories about love, loss, family, and finding strength through connection. In a television world full of high-stakes drama, Heartland offers something different. A reminder that everyday life, with all its challenges and joys, is more than enough. But this season has a new layer of excitement, something that's got fans buzzing like never before. Because right as filming kicked off, the internet exploded with photos and whispers of Graham Wardle reuniting with Amber Marshall. Let's be clear. The production team hasn't confirmed whether Graham is appearing. In Season 19, there's no official casting news. But the fact that he and Amber were together, smiling, with a camera nearby, has raised all kinds of questions. Was it just a personal visit? A throwback promotional shoot? Or Something more? In the Heartland universe, anything is possible. The show has never been afraid to use flashbacks, dream sequences, or emotional callbacks to its earlier seasons. Some fans believe that Ty could appear in a vision or memory, something that gives Amy strength during a key moment. Others are hoping for a surprise cameo or special episode that gives us one last glimpse of Ty, not just as a memory, but as part of Amy's emotional journey forward. It's also worth noting that Heartland has always kept certain storylines tightly guarded. The producers have a history of surprising fans with unexpected twists, just like they did with Ty's death in season 14. So if they were planning something special with Graham, it would make sense to keep it a secret until the episode airs. There's also the possibility that the reunion wasn't about the show at all. Amber and Graham have stayed friends off-screen. Their connection didn't end when the cameras stopped rolling, so it could have been a moment of personal support, friendship, or even a podcast taping, something unrelated to Season 19's plot. But for fans, the timing is hard to ignore. Regardless of Graham's involvement, one thing is clear. Season 19 is shaping up to be emotional, powerful, and full of meaning. Whether Ty appears or not, his legacy is still alive. Amy's journey will continue to be shaped by the love they shared, and that love continues to connect millions of people around the world. In the next section, we'll dive deeper into the Amber and Graham reunion itself, what's been posted online, what fans are saying, and why this moment is sparking such strong emotions across the Heartland community.